Wednesday is another first alert weather day as yet another atmospheric river takes aim at the Bay Area. I'm tracking the heaviest rain and gusty winds.
And it is a race against time. People stocking up on sandbags ahead of the epic storm.
We anticipate something just as significant tomorrow as what we experienced, and we will be prepared.
And cities across the region are getting ready as best they can, but those still cleaning up from the last big storm fear they will once again feel Mother Nature's wrath.
But I hope the drains will work this time.
We've seen many floods, and this is going to be one of the biggest ones.
This is CBS News Bay Area with Juliette Goodrich.
Good evening. I'm Elizabeth Cook in for Juliette tonight. Only a few more hours to get ready for an epic storm that's expected to bring a lot more flooding and heavy winds. People in Nevada taking advantage of the break in the rain to stock up on those sandbags to protect their homes. Sandbags in such high demand that many places are totally out of them. In Pleasanton, we found an empty lot and a sign that says no sand until tomorrow. We also saw crews in Brisbane trying to clear debris from the roads. San Mateo County has declared a state of emergency today ahead of this storm. Here's a live look at the Golden Gate Bridge. Dry right now, but it's about to look a lot different in just a few hours. Let's check in with First Alert meteorologist Paul Hagan. And Paul, when is this whole thing supposed to really start?
So the first wave comes in before the sun even comes up tomorrow morning, but the heaviest rain and the strongest winds will be here about this time tomorrow. So two different waves, each falling onto already saturated ground. Let's take a look at the hour-by-hour rain chances for tomorrow, and it's going to rain for the morning commute. Little break in the action as we head towards late morning and early afternoon. Just scattered showers during that time frame, but then that wave of heavier rain and the strongest winds arrives by late afternoon and evening. Both ends of the Wednesday commute look like a mess. If you have the option to work from home, definitely exercise that option. This is associated with another atmospheric river, and that term gets thrown around a lot, so I want to be very specific about what we mean by atmospheric river. These are narrow channels in the atmosphere that conduct a lot of water vapor. In fact, the amount of water vapor, that's water in its gaseous form, is equivalent to the amount of liquid water that flows through the mouth of the Mississippi River. That is a ton of water in the atmosphere overhead, some of which gets squeezed out as rain. These are associated with the threat of flooding, the threat of wind damage, but they also are responsible for a lot of the annual rain and snow that we get in California. But we're concerned with the last atmospheric river having resulted in so many flooding problems on Saturday that more rain on top of that already saturated ground is going to result in more localized flooding, but also some flooding of the main stem rivers, including the flood warning already in effect for the Russian River in Guerneville, anticipated to rapidly rise tomorrow afternoon once that rain starts falling, and then cresting on Thursday afternoon at moderate flood stage. So that's going to be a significant concern, and there's a potential for wind damage. Trees being knocked down because their root system just can't grab hold of that wet soil, and that means that we're going to be looking at the high probability of widespread power outages. Be prepared to have all your devices charged up. 20 to 30 mile an hour sustained winds, but gusts up to 50 miles an hour are going to put a high level of stress on the power grid overall. We're going to track the rain and those wind speeds as we head through the day tomorrow. We'll take an hour-by-hour look at that with Futurecast coming up in just a few minutes. Liz?
All right, Paul, thank you so much. Now to San Francisco, another city that ran out of sandbags tonight, with rows of drivers still in line hoping to get their hands on some. The city saw a lot of flooding on New Year's Eve, especially in those low-lying areas. Leslie Gooden has more on what city officials plan to do this time around.
This is 14th and Flosum, and all afternoon, business owners and residents have been out here prepping for the storm, trying to board up what they can. Now, I spoke with a couple business owners who say they've never seen anything quite like this, or are asking where are the city officials.
It came through, obviously, the doors. It was so high. It came through. You can see it here. It came through the windows because it was that high of a level, the rain. And
Colette Dejani, the owner of Nihon Lounge and the 3 apartments inside of this building, says he watched it all fill with water on Saturday. Not only did this water leave behind broken glass and damaged furniture, but more questions from Colette to the city.
I don't see a single city official, workers coming cleaning the drains, picking up the debris, and it's already 3 o'clock. Like, when are they going to do it? Tomorrow the storm is coming. And then you hear them, you talk to them, you call them, oh yeah, we're taking care of it. But I don't see a single person.
City officials in a press conference held this afternoon say they will have more crews in these troubled spots and are prepping for this storm around the clock, including 14th Street.
We have 3 strike crews out on the street getting ready to be deployed with the potential for a 4th, depending on where we're at in the storm. And we have 10 trucks already ready to go, 5 VATCON trucks and 5 other trucks that are designed to clean and pump out.
And Claude says he's praying for one thing tomorrow.
If the rain was strong, this will stop, but I hope the drains will work this time.
And city officials say they do plan to have those water barriers up in this area before the storm hits and are reminding people to only call 911 for life-threatening emergencies.
Now, as Leslie just mentioned, tonight San Francisco city leaders are warning people not to call 911 during the next storm unless it's a real emergency.
We have a lot of emergencies that we will need to respond to, so we want to make sure that 911 is used as a life or death tool only.
If you have a little bit of flooding in your home, call 311. If someone is having a heart attack, if someone is being swept away by water, call 911.
Now, there is a big concern with the high winds bringing down trees. Recon Park closed Stern Grove and Pine Lake Park in San Francisco as a precaution. The Golden Gate National Recreation Area is also closing park sites. And a little town on the peninsula is uniquely susceptible to flooding. Pescadero is positioned at the very bottom of the San Mateo Mountains watershed. And a city official told us there are a couple of engineering mistakes in the city that blocked the water flow. Now, because of this and the flooding they just went through on Saturday, residents have been taking as many precautions as they can.
Oh, it's going to be slammed. Are you kidding? They said 6 to 10 inches, which is a whole lot of water, and that'll drain off all the hills unless this is the only place it has to go.
No doubt tomorrow will be a trying day for that town. Flood evacuation warnings have already been issued for several communities in the Santa Cruz Mountains. Devin Feely is in Boulder Creek, where people are being encouraged to pack up now in case they have to leave in a hurry later.
Many areas in the Santa Cruz Mountains remain a muddy mess today, and homeowners and public work crews alike are working feverishly trying to make as many repairs as they can ahead of this next storm. Saturday's soaking rain sent this car and a river of mud and debris cascading down this hillside in Boulder Creek.
The CRV hadn't slid off the hill the first time he came out, and so between the first time he came out and when he came out the second time, more slid down.
Jerry Goads has spent the past several days digging out and cleaning up and is fearful of the damage this next storm might bring.
And certainly the concern is that that's going to go a little bit further, the slide here. The county geology people have said they're not worried about our house. We're still a little bit worried about the house.
All of the mud, water, and debris from the slide headed straight downhill, pointed like an arrow at Aaron Jones' home.
And the debris crossed the roadway and started draining into our house, which is below the road, in between the road and the river.
The Joneses' home is in a vice, squeezed between the unpredictable mudslide and a rising river. But for now, Aaron and her husband Gareth say they're staying put.
If there's a tree cracked and was hung up and aimed at your house, I'd probably, move out of the house, or if there was significant mud movement.
The Joneses plan to add sandbags to their home, some small insurance against Mother Nature's wrath.
We wake up to windows filled with greenery. We live in a tree house. I open the door and I don't usually hear construction like this. I hear the river, I hear the bird.
Part of the challenge about where this slide occurred is that it's considered a private road, and that means the homeowner is on the hook for the much needed but also very expensive repairs.
And we could potentially see a repeat of New Year's Eve when many neighborhoods like this one in Danville were completely inundated with water that just didn't have anywhere to go.
Levels started getting higher and higher. Coming from down there, it was like a full river. You couldn't stand where you're standing right now.
Yeah, it was wild. Health officials say there is no way of knowing if floodwaters have come in contact with sewage or other harmful materials. So it's a good reminder, if you're caught up in flooding, it's best to take precautions. And here's what you need to do.
Put on some, waterproof shoes or boots, wear gloves. If you have to handle material, wash your hands as frequently as possible. If material, like certain food items get into contact with floodwaters, it's probably not safe to eat. So there's things you can do to properly sanitize toys, equipment, utensils, plates, and things like that, or even countertops and tables. So the best thing to do is to dry it out as much as possible, clean the hard surfaces as best you can with soap and water, and then sanitize it. If you mix a quarter cup of bleach with a gallon of water, that can typically sanitize most of your loose products.
Health officials say if you do happen to ingest floodwater, call your doctor immediately. Concern about the loss of life, the effort underway in the South Bay to get homeless people along creeks to a safe place before tomorrow's big storm. And a stunning twist in that miracle rescue of a family whose car plunged over a peninsula cliff. The arrest we're learning about tonight.